Darius Graham, who left his job as a corporate attorney to instead become a social entrepreneur and help others to share their passion in DC. And he's going to talk about the other entrepreneurs here in the city. Darius Graham.
Good evening. So for those of you in the room who are entrepreneurs or business owners, you know it's a really exciting time in DC. There's all of these resources and opportunities coming up to support emerging entrepreneurs. But tonight I want to talk to you about a different kind of entrepreneur that's right here in DC. These are social entrepreneurs. These are people who are building companies or products or nonprofits to address social issues right here in DC. And they're doing it in a very creative way. You're probably familiar with some of the work of social entrepreneurs around the world, whether it's creating a low-cost laptop for students in developing countries, or helping people build profitable businesses by repurposing garbage. But you may not know that these people do exist in DC. From Anacostia to Columbia Heights and everywhere in between, they're coming up with really great solutions to address local issues right here in DC. So tonight I'm going to share with you a few of their stories. Very short stories I'm going to share with you. First is Sarianne. She lives in Anacostia, and she's a huge fan of fitness. She's really into yoga and Pilates. She wanted to share that passion with folks in her neighborhood, a neighborhood that has unacceptably high rates of diet-related illnesses and obesity. So she created a program called Moms on the Move. This is an innovative 6-week healthy living workshop series for single moms, and it introduces them to new forms of fitness in their own neighborhood and shows them how they can use resources in their community to improve their health and the health of their children. Next is Eli. He's a reporter for the Washington Post. He's really passionate about writing and journalism as a form of empowerment. He wanted to use this passion to help high school students in DC. So he created a program called Press Pass Mentors that pairs high school students with professional journalists from the Washington Post. It prepares them for careers in journalism and helps them improve their writing skills as they apply to and enter college. Next is Quintina. She's an experienced educator in DC. She's really interested in history, and she wanted to find a way to get students much more interested and exciting about learning history. So she created a program called I Saw, the Experience of Learning. It puts students in the role of being a historian or an archaeologist right here in DC, and she's found that her method of teaching history is far more engaging than traditional classroom methods. Another social entrepreneur right here in DC is Chris. He's been really disturbed by food deserts in DC. These are neighborhoods that lack adequate access to fresh food and healthy food. So Chris created a program called Aya Community Markets. This builds and innovates on the traditional market concept by engaging youth in running the market, and also provides opportunities for neighbors to vend their locally made products in this market. Another person who's creating solutions in DC is Marissa. She's a formerly trained chef. Instead of working at a restaurant or starting her own, she wanted to use her experience and love for cooking to help youth in DC who have very dim employment prospects. So she created a program called Food for Life. This is a culinary job training program for youth in DC, teaches them life skills and prepares them for jobs in the culinary industry. This program also generates revenue by selling the meals that the students produce. So it's a really exciting program that she started. Finally, this is Kwame. He's a doctor, and along with Dr. Malcolm Woodland, they are creating the Young Doctors of Southeast, which is a program to take a small group of black male high school students from Southeast, teach them the basics of healthcare, and then have those students go on and conduct supervised mobile health clinics in Anacostia to address the healthcare needs in that community. Those are just a few of the folks in DC that are building solutions, creating organizations to address social problems in DC. And just as I showed you in the first slide with the resources to the typical entrepreneurs, these folks need help too. They need mentoring, funding, consulting, and support to help make their ideas a reality. And this is exactly what our team is doing at DC Social Innovation Project. We are the first of its kind incubator and hub for these type of social entrepreneurs and to help them launch these ideas in DC. Over the past year, DC Social Innovation Project has brought together a small group of some of the firms and businesses in town to help support these groups by providing pro bono legal, consulting, and caffeine, of course, to help these folks launch their ideas. And this spring, DC Social Innovation Project will conclude its first year of grant making, where we've awarded approximately $100,000 to the 6 ventures or $100,000 in funding and services to the 6 ventures I just described. So I'll leave you with the message that I hope you will get to know folks in your neighborhood that are improving the community, and also find how you can use your passion to help improve the life of folks in DC. Thanks.